Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing and later unboxing the Xiaomi Hybrid Pro HD in-ear monitor earphones. That is a mouthful. So if you take a look on the AliExpress website, there are variants of this type of earphones, so not to be confused with the regular Pros. These are the Pro HDs, and the difference is that these have triple drivers as opposed to just dual drivers. So you got 3 drivers in these, as opposed to just 2 drivers in the regular Pro versions. So in the Pro HD versions, you have 2 dynamic drivers and then you have 1 balanced armature driver. And now in the Pro version, in a regular Pro version, you have 1 dynamic driver and then you have 1 balanced driver. So personally, I haven't tested out the regular Pro versions, but from reading some of the comments and forums, people have said that the Pro HD versions are better than the regular Pro versions. And honestly, that's to be expected because the Pro HD versions do have that extra dynamic driver in them, as opposed to just the regular Pros that just have 1 dynamic and 1 balanced driver. Okay, so first off, starting with my thoughts on the build quality on these Xiaomi earphones. We have metal housings at the top. We got the HD audio text right there on the actual metal housing shells. Then we have what looks like a glossy plastic that's holding onto the shells, and then below that you do have the wire, which feels like a regular earphone wire. So overall, they do have a very premium look and feel to them. So one thing to mention with these Xiaomi IEMs is that the silicone tips that come with them are not that great. I don't use them. I use a different pair that I took off of a different pair of IEMs. So about 12 centimeters below the right can, and you have a metal remote with up, down volume buttons and a play pause button. Now the volume buttons are not compatible with iOS. The play pause button is compatible with iOS. So if you did want to change the volume on your iPhone, this will not work. But if you did want to play and pause your music, it would work. Now I don't get why the remote is not fully compatible with iOS, since you do have cheaper, a lot cheaper IEMs in the market that cost about $4 that are fully compatible with iOS. So that's definitely a little bit strange. Okay, so below that we have a rubber V-splitter, and below that we have a straight grip to tip design, so that's compatible with the bigger iPhone cases. So if you are using a big iPhone or Android case, then this style tip will be compatible with that. So overall, I do like the way how these look and feel, but the fact that the remote on this is not compatible with iOS does throw it off a little bit for me. Now let's talk about the sound quality. So for the sound quality, I will be comparing these Xiaomi's to the Uiisii T8s. These are dual driver earphones and these are triple driver earphones, remember. So the sound on these is very good, but it's just not very immersive. So when you're listening to it, you can definitely hear all the sounds. Everything plays nicely, it's very crisp, very clear audio. But when I compare them to the T8s, that immersive experience is just not there. So on the T8s, I feel like I'm in the music. It's in my ears, I feel like I'm in it. Now with the Xiaomi hybrids, don't get me wrong, they have very good sound, but I don't have the immersive experience that I feel that I have with the T8s. But this immersive experience that I'm talking about could be also because the T8s do fit better in my ears, they're more comfortable, and they're more bass heavier. You really do have that booming bass on the T8s. But the T8s are also more muddier sounding too. They're not as clear as the Xiaomi triple driver earphones. Now on the Xiaomi hybrids, you also do have that booming bass, but it's just not as bass heavy. And you don't have that comfortable fit, that comfortable seal that you do get with the T8s. So the music isolation is very good. You can hear that separation between each instrument. You're able to sort of determine which instrument is playing. It sounds kind of separated. Every instrument is kind of playing on its own, and that's really the beauty of multiple driver earphones. So now I'm relaxing or listening to some ASMR on YouTube, you know, some gentle sounding therapeutic music or just, again, ASMR. I'll prefer the Xiaomi's over the T8s, but if I'm doing high intensity workouts, if I'm jogging, running, or just doing all these different types of tasks, then I'll prefer the T8s. So they're both very good IEMs. So I guess you could say they're for different types of activities that you're doing. So to sum it all up, for the T8 advantages, you have more immersive sound, they're more comfortable, better seal and fit in the ears, they're less expensive, they actually stay in your ears, and they are louder. And let's not forget that the remote on the T8s is fully compatible with iOS. So all the buttons will work with your iPhone. And for the Xiaomi Hybrid Pro HDs, You have clearer sounds, sturdier design, and better build quality, compatible with big phone cases. So because you do have that straight jack, you're able to plug it into bigger phone cases as opposed to the Uiisii T8s, which have an L-shaped grip to tip. These are also triple drivers as opposed to dual drivers. They have 32 ohms as opposed to the 16 ohms on the T8s, and they are better sounding for ASMR, so if you're into that kind of stuff. So now let's do a microphone test with both the T8s and the Xiaomis. So first we're going to start with the Xiaomis, then we're going to do a test with the T8s. Hey guys, so this is what the microphone sounds like on the Xiaomi Hbrid Pro triple driver earphones. So I don't know if this sounds good. This is the first time I'm using the microphone on the triple driver IEMs. So this is what it sounds like, and now I'm going to try this test with the T8s. Okay, so now this is what the microphone sounds like on the T8s. So I'm now speaking directly into the T8 microphone. Does it sound better than the Xiaomi's? Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, so from what it sounded like just then, recording both with the T8s and the Xiaomi's definitely sounded louder and a little bit clearer. I don't know, what do you guys think? So overall, great sounding IEMs, comfort level, they're not necessarily uncomfortable, they just don't really stay in my ears. Build quality is really good on these, and that straight grip to tip will allow you to use some of the bulkier cases if you do have them on your smartphone. So for me personally, if I had to choose between these two types of IEMs, the T8s on my right, the Xiaomi's on my left, I think that I would go for the T8s, mainly because the comfort on these is better and these are compatible with iOS. But that's not to say that these don't sound good, because these sound very good, but they don't have a perfect seal on my ear, and they're not as immersive as the T8s. But even with all that being said, between the Xiaomi IEMs and the T8s, I would still highly recommend these IEMs. I think they're really good, they sound amazing, and they're really good for ASMR. So if you're into that kind of stuff, and you're into that whole gentle sounding music, and you're not looking to get overwhelmed with bass, then these will definitely be for you. So I don't know if that answers your question. Hopefully it does. That's going to be it for this video. If you guys do have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Also guys, before I go, don't forget to hit that like button on this video if you did find this review helpful. And if you do want to see more content like this in the future, then hit that subscribe button.